Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel Zara's Storyblog. Today I'm going to read you another book and it's called Little People Big Dreams. And our person for today is Marina Corazon. Written by Marina Isabel Sachi Vegra and illustrated by Jenny Haishu. So this girl right here, she is actually the first female president in the Philippines. So let's read about her life. This is a story of a little girl born in a country with thousands of islands. The country is called the Philippines. And the girl was Marina Corazon, but everybody called her Cory. At school, Cory learned how to write, count, and take a step forward when it was needed. When one of her friends had to leave the city before giving a speech in front of the whole school, it was Cory who took the responsibility to speak for him. So there's Cory. There's the boy's parents. There's the boy, and that's Cory's teacher. She was still very young when her parents sent her to study abroad in America. Cory went to gain a degree in mathematics and French, but she had great sense of justice and returned home determined to become a lawyer. Cory was studying law at university when she became close with a student as honest and as bold as her. His name was Biengo, which means good man. The people who loved him the most called him Neo. Cory and Neo were inseparable. When Neo decided to become a politician to help improve the lives of the Filipinos, Cory sold her most beloved heirlooms to support him. Before long, her husband was the toughest critic of a dishonest president who was running their country with his unfair laws. When Neo was arrested, Cory wrote her first speech and became his voice. So there's Neo and there's Cory, and that's a really long speech. Neo's in an office and look, Cory's there looking shocked and there's like reporters everywhere. One day, the president decided that he would make all the decisions without listening to his people. He had turned into a detective. After almost 8 years in prison, Neo, Cory, and their family were forced to leave the country. The Aquinos moved to Boston, where they spent the happiest 3 years of their life. But Cory knew that Neo had to go home and try to restore democracy, giving power back to the people. Sadly, Neo had just landed home when he was killed. Cory was now alone, and yet she wasn't. Millions of people threw aside their fear and stayed by her side at the funeral, showing their love and support. The task had fallen on Corey's shoulders to continue her husband's work. She decided to run for the president when the greedy president faked the result of the election. She knew the revolution was about to start. Look, there's a crowd and they're all holding papers and Corey's putting them in a box. I think they're voting who should be the president, Corey or the normal president. During 4 long days, millions of people armed with courage took to the streets and proclaimed Cory as president of the Philippines. It was a victory for the democracy and the end of dictatorship. So there's Cory in front and millions of people. And you see here, that's what the flag of the Philippines flags look like. And people have signs saying, people, people. And also they're all doing like this. The whole world was watching when Cory became the first female president of the Philippines. There she was, the courageous woman who brought democracy back to the country with thousands of islands. And by being brave, reliable and honest, little Cory wrote herself into history books, and more importantly, she wrote herself into the hearts of their people. So it says here that Cory was born in 1933 and she passed away on 2009. And over here, these black and grey things are pictures. The first one, Cory's by herself. The second one, she's with Beginner. She's like in the third one. And in the fourth one, she's with all her children. And also you see all the facts and details about Cory's life. I'm just going to read them right now. So let's see how Cory's life actually was. Marina Corazon Salamion Corocho was born near Manila in the Philippines, the sixth of 8 children. Her parents owned a sugar plantation and were the wealthiest families in the region. But Corazon was unspoiled as a child. Studious and shy, she was sent to America at the age of 13. Where she completed her high school studies and undergraduate degrees. When she returned to the Philippines, she enrolled in a law degree, where she became close to Biengo Aquino, a young journalist. They fell in love and had 5 children, together with 1 son and 4 daughters. With Corazon by his side, Biengo moved to politics and quickly became one of the world's brightest young leaders, challenging the rule of the country's president, Ferdinand Marcos. Marcos was known for corruption. And soon afterwards, his government declared a law that stripped citizens of their democratic rights. He also arrested key opposition, including Biengo, who was 7 years and 7 months in prison. During this time, Corazon passed her husband's notes to the press. When the Queenos were finally able to read, they relocated to America for 3 years, but on one of their Philippines in 1983, Biengo was killed. As Corazon gracefully dealt with her husband's death, she became a symbol of hope and peace for her people. Standing up to Marcos, she challenged him at next election, winning over those close members of his team. Corazon was sworn into office in 1986, becoming the first female president of the Philippines, keeping the dreams of a free Philippines alive. And that's the end of the story. I hope you enjoyed this story about Corey's life when she was a little girl and when she aged and become the president of the Philippines. So if you want to see more of if you enjoyed this story that I just read for you and want to see more videos, please hit the huge like and subscribe button. See you!